Hello my dear students, how are you all? Hope all of you are well by God's grace. This is me, Shushmita Chakraborty from Sector 13. Welcome you all to our online class of Milestone School and College. Today, I am going to conduct a Bangladesh and Global Studies class. But before going to conduct this class, I would like to ask you some questions from your previous lesson. I hope all of you are watching your everyday's classes, isn't it? Okay, so that's very good. We know that our situation is not actually up to the mark, is not favorable, and day by day it is being worse. Okay, but still we know that we will have to cope up with this situation. We will always try to adjust with this situation. And we should pray to God, pray to Almighty Allah, so that we can come out from this pandemic situation, isn't it? Okay, so what is your duty? You will have to complete your lesson, you must have to study, you must have to watch your video classes and also complete your other tasks related to your study. But we should also keep faith in Almighty God. So let's go for our today's class. So what it is? Yes, you have already read about what? You have already read about population and that is all the problems related to population. Okay, in chapter 4 you have already read, and that is what? Introduction to population of Bangladesh. In this chapter you have already got to know about population problem and how overpopulation creates different types of problem, what are the causes, what are the effects, isn't it? But now I would like to ask you some questions from here. So I hope all of you can answer me properly. Let's go for it. Okay, so the first question is here for you, and I hope it is very much easy for you. Tell me, what is called demography? Yes, you all know this answer, isn't it? It's very easy one, and you all should know this answer. Demography means the calculation or measurement of population related facts in any country or any location. Okay, so by this actually we can get to know about the total population of any place, of any state, of any country. So it is very easy, isn't it? Okay, so let's go for the next question, and it is here for you. Tell me, which are the dominant elements for change of population? Yes, this is also very much easy. There are some elements which works as the dominant elements for population change. And what are they? Birth rate, mortality rate, migration, then marriage, early marriage, and person age, social mobility. All factors or all elements are working or can be considered as the dominant elements for what? For change of population. Okay, so I hope this is also a very easier one for you. Now let's go for the next question. What is called migration? Yes, people's movement from one place to another, that means another country or within country or what? We out of the country. So again I am saying that migration means people's movement one place to another place within country or from one country to another country, and it is called what? It is called migration. And we know that there are two types of migration, isn't it? Okay, so what are these two types of migration? Yes, these two types of migration are internal migration and international migration. Internal migration means migration or people's movement from what? One place to another place inside country, within the country. Okay, and international migration means people are moving from one country to another country. That time it is called what? International movement. Basically, international movement makes or creates effect on the total population of a nation. Okay, so I hope as you can answer me all this question answer properly, you don't have any problem in this whole chapter. Today we will go for some MCQs and what? Yes, one of the extra CQ where you will get to know how you will write this. So let's go for it.
Okay, my dear students. So now today we will get to know at first about what are there in this chapter, what you have read in this chapter at a glance. So what you have read? Yes, you have got to know about demography. You have got to know about dominant elements for change of population, causes and effects of dissimilarity in birth rate, causes and effects of discrepancy in mortality rate, and causes and effects of migration discrepancy. So I hope you don't have any problem in these topics. That's why today we will go for some extra CQ and MCQ from this chapter. So let's go for it. See here, multiple choice questions. Number 1. In 2015, the mortality rate of 0 to 5-year-old children was in per thousand what? 38. B. 40. C. 55. D. 50. So what will be the answer here? Yes, the answer is A. That means 38. 38 was the mortality rate in 2015. Number 2. Which one is the low birth country? Number A, Bangladesh. B, India. C, Nepal. And D, USA. So what will be the answer? Yes, it is D, and the answer is USA. Whenever you will have to answer anything, you will have to write down the answer in this way. Okay, not only the keyword, you will have to write down the answer with the whole one. Now see number 3. High literacy rate results in what? High birth rate, medium birth rate, zero birth rate, low birth rate. So what will be the answer? Yes, the answer is low birth rate. Number C. Next C. Number 4. Which one is not the effect of population growth? So we know there are so many effects, bad impacts of population growth. So you will have to identify which one of the following is not the impact or effect of population growth. So see, degradation of moral values. We know while population will be more, people will not follow the moral values. Their values will go down. So degradation of moral values, it is one of the effect. Okay. Then unemployment problem. Yes, people cannot get their desired job. So unemployment problem is also one of the effect. Increase of investment. If people cannot earn more, they cannot invest more. So increase of investment, will it be a correct one? No. So we have already find out the problem. Okay. So see here, which one is not the effect of population growth? That is increase of investment. Now see question D, deterioration of law and order situation. So we know that if population uh, grows more, that time law and order situation will also be deteriorated or will also fall down. So what will be the answer here? As I have told, the answer is increase of investment. So it will not be the effect of population growth. So let's go for next. What do you mean by change of social status? Yes, see, number 1, migration, number 2, social mobility, and number 3, immigration. So what will be the answer? Which one is correct? C, A, that is migration, B, 2 and 3, that is social mobility and immigration, C, that is 2, only social mobility, and D, only 3, that is what? That is immigration. So what will be the answer? Yes, it is social mobility, because we know social mobility means the change of social status. Okay, by being educated or by any other way. Okay, now see question number 6. Which one is the densely populated country of the world? Bangladesh, Japan, Canada. So what will be the answer? Which one is correct here? That is A, B, or C, or D? Yes, the answer is A. That means Bangladesh. Bangladesh is one of the densely populated country of the world. Now see, what is the minimum age of girls to be married? We know that in our country there is a particular age which has been selected for what? For girls to be married. Okay, we know that before that time, if girls will be married, that time it will be illegal one, and this early marriage is also being banned in our country. So I hope all of you know that what is the minimum age of girls, or what is the exact age which is considered as a marriage age. Okay, so what will be the answer here? 18 years, 19 years, or 21 years? Which one will be the answer here? A, B, C, or D? Yes, the answer is what? 18 years. We all know that for girls this minimum age is 18, and for boys the age is 21 years. So please students always remember this thing, because this is a very important one also. Now see the next question. That is demography means. Demography means what? I think all of you know. Demography means the calculation of description of population, the calculation or description of land, the calculation or description of human nature, the calculation or description of country. So what it will be? Yes, it is what? It is A. That is the calculation or description of population. That means how many people, what is the total population? The total measurement actually is called demography. So what is the demography? Demography means the calculation of population measurement. Okay, so that is called demography. Now let's go for the next question. What was the growth rate of population in 2007? See, is it 1.47? Is it 1.41? Is it 2.21? Or is it 1.61%? So what will be the answer? What was the growth rate of population in 2007? Yes, it is B. That means 1.41%. The growth rate of population was in 2007 what? 1.41%. Okay, so the growth rate of population in 2000 was 1.4741%. Now see, what is the average life expectancy of Bangladesh? That means what is the average age? How many? What is the age limit? Okay, in easy word I can say this way. What is the age limit of Bangladeshi people? So, is it 69 years? Is it 68.8 years? Is it 58.8 years? Or 66.6 years? Is it 66.6 years? No, students, it is 69 years. So, this is the average life expectancy of Bangladesh. We people think that our people may live up to this. This is actually average life, that among all, while we will go for the average, we can get this age. Okay. So I hope in this 10 MCQ question, MCQ, you don't have any problem. That means all multiple choice questions are very easy to understand here for you. So what is the next? Yes, it is about a CQ. So see what is here. See, look here. Here is a question for you. At first, you will have to read this question. As you know that CQ means creative question, where you will get a stem or two stem, and from where you will get some of the questions related to the STEM as well as the book lesson. Okay, so you will have to read all these things properly. I hope you won't have any problem here to understand. So see here what it will be. So, my dear students, now see the question. Mrs. Farida is a teacher of AIM School discusses about the problems of Bangladesh. She also discusses about the change of population and which things are responsible for changing the population. Okay, so what it is that Mrs. Farida is a school teacher and she discusses about so many problems which are in Bangladesh, which exist in Bangladesh. Okay, and she also discusses about the change of population rate and which things are mainly responsible for this. Now see, there are some questions related to this stem. So see the first question. Here it is. What is demography? Number B. What is social mobility? Number C. What do you mean by dominant elements for change of population? Explain. And number D. Explain how does mortality rate influence the rate of change of population? So these four questions are here that you will have to answer according to the rule of what? According to the rule of writing CQ. Okay, so the first question here, that is called knowledge based question. So see here you will write down the answer in one or two sentences. What is demography? The calculation or measurement of population related facts of a location or a state is called demography. So what is called demography? The calculation or measurement. Okay, the calculation or measurement of population which are of a location. That is called demography of a what? Demography of a particular place. Okay, the measurement of population. Now see, competency based question. What it is? See, here you will have to write down the answer in two paragraphs, and that contains 2 marks, and we get this question in CQ, that is known as question number B. Okay, that is the name of this question is competency based question. So see here, what is social mobility? We all know, isn't it? Yes. So see here, social mobility. Social mobility mainly means the change of social status. For example, if any member of a poor family getting highly educated becomes a high official, his status will change. As a result, his consciousness will increase and he will what? He will keep the number of children at a logical level. So what is the thing here? That if we see that the social status becomes changed due to the education or by other elements by which he or she or any of the people got that consciousness by which their social status becomes changed and they get the consciousness and their all of the all of the elements related to lifestyle will be changed. That time we say that is called what? That is called social mobility. So let's go for the next question. That is known as what? Question number C, and application based question, where we need to write down the answer mainly in 3 paragraphs. So okay, but if we divide the question like in one para there are so many other points to be included, that time all those points will be regarded as one part, such as see here, what do you mean by dominant elements for change of population? Explain. So how can you start it? See the answer. According to the stem, it is understood that population problem and other things related to population problem is discussed in the class. We have seen this in the STEM. Okay, so you will mention it what you have got in the STEM. Then we all know that if population density increases, then the whole society, after all, the whole nation suffers. The dominant elements for change of population are birth rate, death rate, marriage, migration, social mobility, and so on. So here in the next para, in second para, it has been started. What are the elements? And in the second para, that is the middle para, all those points will be what? Will be explained, like birth rate. Generally, birth rate means the number of living children born to every 1,000 women of a particular country in a particular time. So what is the thing? That how many people are getting the birth, sorry, that means how many children are getting the birth at a particular time. That is known as what? That is known as birth rate. So again I am saying, see, birth rate means the number of living children born to every 1,000 women. That means every 1,000 women are giving birth children. But how many of them are alive? This is actually what? This is counted as birth rate. The increase of birth rate is one of the reasons for the increase of what? For the increase of population. We know that if the birth rate becomes more, that time the population becomes more. So let's go for the next question. What is mortality rate? It is determined by how many, mortality rate means death. Okay. So see here, it is determined by how many people of a certain age in per 1,000 people are dying. Okay. So what is the thing? That mortality rate, well, first of all, mortality means what? Death. So how many people of a certain age die in per 1,000 people is called mortality rate. Decrease of mortality rate is one of the reasons for what? Increase of population. While you will see that due to many reasons, like the because of the communication, because of the technological development, because of the all medical treatment development, that means technological treatment or medical treatment, while all these things are improved, we see that the rate of death becomes less, because we know that through the scientific inventions, different kinds of medicines or other things are made, and because of this we see that the mortality rate becomes less with this treatment. Migration means people's movement from one place to another within the country or from one country to another. But if migration takes place from one country to another, then the total population will be changed. So what is it? Migration means people's movement from one place to another, and it can be inside the country and it can be what? Out of the country. That means one can go to another country. That is called international migration, and while it is inside the country, that will be called internal migration. Now see another thing, marriage. Getting married early at relatively tender age, that means while the age will not be perfect, tender age, okay, is one of the main reasons for increase of birth rate. That means early marriage is also one of the reason of population growth. And see, in our country, early marriage has been officially banned. We know that 18 years old is confirmed for girls' marriage. Okay. Now see, social mobility. Social mobility mainly means the change of social status is also one of the reasons of increasing of population. Okay. So all of the mentioned elements can be the reasons for change of population. So many steps have been initiated in our country to come out from the problems takes place due to this change. So while you will write down with this three paragraph where you will show the relation with the stem, secondly while you will explain, and thirdly while you will conclude it properly, you will get at least 2 marks, and you may get 3 out of 3 if you write in this way. Now see the last question, that is called higher thinking order, where you will have to explain the thing in 4 paragraphs. Now see, explain how mortality rate influences on the rate of change of population. Mortality rate is one of the dominant elements for change of population, and usually the end of life is called death. By the number of death, mortality rate can be measured. So what is the thing? Mortality rate is one of the dominant elements. For what? For change of population and the end of the life, which is called death. By the number of death, mortality rate can be measured. Now see, mortality rate is also measured in per thousand. It is determined by how many people of a certain age die in per thousand people. Decrease of mortality rate is one of the reasons for increase of population, as I have just explained. Now see, development of medical science and other technologies has resulted in the decrease of mortality rate in Bangladesh for some decades. In 1990, the mortality below 5-year-old children was 144 in per thousand, whereas in 2015, child mortality rate was 38 in per thousand. So we see that due to the development of the medical science, technological science, we can see that the mortality rate becomes less. Now see the last portion of this question. Due to the decreasing rate of mortality, the number of population is increased, and that's why a country like ours face troublesome situation. And this overpopulation may create hindrance or obstacle to the way of development. So see that how mortality rate is changing the population, as well as what it is, how it is creating so many obstacles in the way of development. It has been described here, and if you write in this way, you will get a good mark. Okay. Now, what is the next? See, these are the related questions related to your today's topic. So I hope you won't have any problem to answer me these question answers. So let's go for this. So what is the minimum age of girls to be married? Yes, you all know that there is a particular, or there is a certain age which has been fixed for girls marriage, and the minimum age of girls to be married is 18. Now see what is called birth rate. So generally birth rate means the number of living children born to every 1,000 women of a particular country in a particular time. So the increase of birth rate is one of the reasons of increase of population. So this is the definition of birth rate. Now, what is called mortality rate? So what will be the answer? Yes. How many people of a certain age die in per 1,000 is called what? Is called the mortality rate. Okay, so these all are actually knowledge-based question. You must have to learn this question, as well as you will have to write down these related questions in your classwork copy. Now see, what does demography means? We all know this answer, isn't it? What does it mean? Demography means the calculation of total population of a location or a country. That is called demography of a what? That means demography. Now see, I have given some of the pictures. See, you will have to understand what are they. These are the actually dominant elements of change of population. So see, there is a very nice picture. Tell me what it is. Yes, it is actually the picture of birth. Why? That is, here the element is birth rate. What it is about? Can you see this picture? Yes, it is about death. That means death rate, mortality rate. There are some other pictures. So see, what are they? Yes, the other elements, marriage, migration, and then, so what? Social mobility. So these all are the what? These all are the elements by which population is changed in our country. So all these are the what? Dominant elements of changing population. So I hope you have enjoyed all this discussion and you don't have any problem in this discussion, isn't it? Okay.
Okay, my dear students, as you have already read this chapter, as you have already answered all the related questions and you have given a good feedback, so I hope you don't have any confusion related to this chapter. Still, if you have any kind of confusion, I hope you will talk with your subject teacher so that you can come out from this problem, isn't it? Okay, so what is the next? Yes, this is the time while you will take out your diary. So all of you please take out your diary and write down today's diary, today's homework. So what's your homework? As you have already completed this whole chapter, please revise all CQ and MCQ which you have already watched by these classes, and after this class you will complete this CQ. You will write this CQ in your homework copy as well as you will learn it. So that's all for today. Hope you all will be fine. You all will pray to God as you are still what? Little angels. So if you pray to God, I hope God will answer your prayer and we can overcome our this situation, and very soon we will meet. That's all for today. Bye bye everyone.